I want to be a comedian. I really do. I'm just slow, bro. You know? Like, somebody insults me on stage, I'm gonna come up with a comeback like 2 to 3 business days later. You know, like in the shower, I'm gonna be like, that's what I should have said. It would be so good. That happens a lot with girls too, you know, like, I see a beautiful girl and I have absolutely nothing to say, you know. It's not just that, it's my appearance too, you know, sometimes people might say that I look creepy or weird, you know, off-putting. You know, my friend says that I got this mustache going. My friend says that my mustache makes me look like a predator, which is not true at all, okay? In fact, I hate kids and I make attempts to kick them and throw things at them whenever I can, all right? I just think that every good Mexican should have a mustache, all right? Kind of like how every Viltrumite should have a mustache. You get that joke? Nobody gets that joke? Really? Nobody wants to know? Okay, whatever. Also, I'm just trying to remind everybody of Pedro from Napoleon Dynamite. You know, I don't know, you know, I feel like we don't talk about that film nearly enough in today's society. All right? Pedro for president, all right? So the next time you see a somewhat Hispanic-looking dude with a poorly grown mustache, the real question is he Predator or is he Pedro? Predator or Pedro? All right? Fun little game to play at the DMV while you're waiting. I used to think girls liked me, all right? I used to think girls loved me. Back in high school, girls would come up to me and say my full name, all right? Super enthusiastic, like, Ari Bick, Ari Bick, Ari Bick. And at the time, I was like, bro, I am so in there. I was not in fact in there. I would not in fact be in there for another several years, all right? It turns out people just like saying my fucking full name, you know? You know, maybe it's like because like I got a forgettable face or something, you know, like I'm forgettable or something, but like, they're like, oh, Ari Bick? Ari Bick. Ari Bick? But at the same time, like, that doesn't really make sense to me, because like I'm a 6'5" black Mexican vegetarian Jew living in Vermont. That's a pretty rare occurrence. You know, that's a pretty tall order, pun intended. You know? So I just don't know how to feel about that, you know, it honestly baffles me. All right. Got one last joke for you guys. I got a problem with commitment. That's a big one. All right. Anybody else got a problem with commitment? One person, a couple people. Yeah. All right. That's why I'm scared of like herpes and diabetes. All right. Because those are 2 lifelong illnesses. All right. Those are 2 long commitments. All right. I don't know how to feel about that. Or like hair, you know, facial hair, body hair, pubic hair. Having to shave for the rest of your life. That's a long time. That's a big commitment. I don't know how to feel about that. Or like life in general, you know? Like I'm not suicidal, but like 50, 60 more years of this place, of you guys. Like that's a long fucking time. That's a big commitment. I don't know how to feel about that. Anyway, I'm Ari Bick. Have a great rest of your night.